Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Jedi. So in today's video we are going to be looking at the odd makers, basically people who provide betting odds for sports and now the elections, because that is going on, versus the poll makers, pretty much the people who say or claim that they have interviewed everybody and then they kind of make a poll out of what goes on. So we're going to be looking at the difference between these two people, what they actually mean, and why things get a little bit goofy between them, because sometimes whatever the odd makers say are kind of different from the poll makers, and the polls kind of twist things. So let's get into that today. Alright, so as you guys know, I'm not going to sit here and try to sugarcoat it. I hate the polls. If you watch my videos from before, you know the polls are not my thing at all. I think they're just horrible. They don't really get the whole idea. And especially if you look at these, like some of these polling sites like CNN polls, NBC polls, Washington Post. Please do not look at these polls. First of all, CNN is a Democratic site. If you look at their polls, they're definitely going to be showing you that the Democratic Party, whoever it is, whether that be Biden, a dog, a cat, that they're going to be winning, because that's just what they're supposed to do. If you go to the Fox News polls, though, sometimes they do kind of tend to be a little bit more biased towards President Trump. Well, that's because, you know, they are Republican news. But right now in Fox News, they actually have Biden leading, which is pretty hilarious. But they kind of have to play their own little mind game. So what I'm trying to say is none of these polls are something that you should be trusting. Now, if you think that these polls are right and if you want to trust them, that's great. You can do that. Please tell me in the comment section why you would do that. But that's not the point of today's video. So in today's video, let's look at the odd makers as like a main focus point. So when I mean odd makers, I mean the people who place betting odds. And if you did not know, I love the National Football League and the National Basketball Association. I'm a huge NFL fan and an NBA fan, so what I like to do is, of course, with my friends, when I started off, I would, place like small bets with them, and then, we would kind of bet on who we thought was going to win, and then we started placing real bets. So that's when odd makers come in. Many of these most popular odd making sites give you betting odds that say, okay, it's going to be President Trump winning or it's going to be Biden winning. And they give you like a quick little like number. For example, they say plus 100 or plus 200, which is basically some numerologies that they use to kind of predict, all right, it's going to be this side or this side. So I don't want to get too deep into the numbers, but let's look at the actual odd makers and what they say. So they say that President Donald Trump was favored to win, but the voters who've already voted say that majority of them have voted for President Donald Trump. So this is where the odd makers kind of play a different role from the polls, because the polls tend to look at the overall people and what they've given them as an input, whereas the odd makers ask the people who they voted for, who they were gonna vote, and the registered candidates. So they don't just look at who people registered as, but they would also look at their personal inputs and what they said. Now, of course, the people could be lying. They could be secret Trump supporters or secret Biden supporters, but the chances of them lying in an anonymous poll is a lot higher than them lying with odd checkers. And we really do not know if registered voters are going to continue to be voting at that registered party, or if they might switch, because one party member might have dementia while the other party member is an American soldier. Alright, guys, so that's basically it. Now you know that whatever I say about the two party candidates is just for fun. Joe Biden does not have dementia, or at least that's what they say. And of course, President Trump isn't a soldier. He's just a patriot who loves America. So guys, before you get out there and vote, think about who you want running this country for the next 4 years. Think about what happened the last 4 years. Think about all the jobs and everything. I don't want to incentivize you to go pick a separate person. But if you've already voted, that's great. Go to the comment section below to let me know how your experience was. I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Bye.